We heard an amazing story about a couple who they were heading for divorce. They ended up going through the divorce. 7 years later, they got back together and God resurrected their dead marriage. You may be in a situation where you say, we're done. It's over with. The divorce papers have already been signed. They're already heading out the door. I want you to know God's in the business of resurrecting dead marriages, and He may want to do that with you. As you're going through the love dare, if you're doing that, you may have a spouse that it doesn't matter what you do. You've gone through it multiple times, and they're resistant and they're walking away. But I want you to know that God is not going to hold you accountable for your spouse's sins. He's going to hold you accountable for you obeying Him and doing what He's called you to do. And so you need to plan on standing before Him one day saying, God, I forgave, and I turned my anger and bitterness with them over to you. And Lord, I loved them like you called me to love them, and I obeyed you. And you get right with the God. But oftentimes when we do that, when we get right with the Lord, even when our spouse is heading out the door, the Apostle Paul says in 1 Corinthians 7, he said, how do you know, O man, how do you know, O woman, whether or not that God may save your marriage if you're doing the right thing? And so read 1 Peter 3, read Ephesians 5, read 1 Corinthians 13, and say, God, let me obey these passages, and let's watch what you do, and you see what God does in your relationship.